2018 is certainly going to be a very exciting year for Royal Enfield fans. The company is all set to roll out their new twin-cylinder models, but that's still a few months away. For now, we've got this. Built on one of RE's most popular motorcycles, this is the Thunderbird X. It's available both in 500 and 350. We've got ourselves the 500, and here are 5 things you need to know about the Thunderbird X. 1. There are no mechanical changes. It carries over the underpinnings from the Thunderbird, which means it gets the same chassis, same suspension and even the same engine, which in the 500 case makes about 27 and a bit PS of power and 42 and a bit Newton meters of torque. And that means performance is the same. That's also because the Thunderbird X weighs the same as the regular Thunderbird. It still carries over the 5-speed gearbox and shift action is surprisingly positive. The brakes too are the same, a 280mm front disc and a 240mm rear disc. While bite from the brakes is great, on our test bike, the front brake lever was ridiculously hard to operate. 2. It's got alloy wheels and tubeless tires. The Thunderbird X is the first bike from Royal Enfield that gets factory fitted alloy wheels and tubeless tires, which means puncture should be less of an issue. And that also means you should have a lot more options in picking the rubber of your choice. That said, the front still runs a 19-inch setup while the rear is 18 inches. As with the other things, the tire sizes too are identical to the regular Thunderbird, and the grip on offer was quite sufficient. 3. There are 2 big changes to the ergonomics. Well, firstly, gone are the ape hangers, instead replaced with these flatter handlebars. They do affect the bike's handling to a large extent, and the Thunderbird X feels a lot more nimble, especially in city traffic. The front end now feels lighter, and that makes it easy to dart in and out of traffic. And out over twisty roads, the more aggressive riding position really helps in some corner carving fun. If you're one for long distance rides though, you might prefer the more relaxed ergonomics of the regular Thunderbird. The handlebar grips have been revised here as well, but the switch gear remains the same. We did have a bit of a problem with the new mirrors though. They're simply not big enough and are positioned way too inboard. That said, they are a bit of a reach, so if you've got shorter arms, taking U-turns might be a bit of a stretch. And secondly, the split seats have been replaced with this single unit, which Enfield calls as a gunslinger style setup. I never liked the seat on the Thunderbird much because I felt it was a little too soft. This one has the right amount of firmness, which makes it a lot more comfortable. The rear seat, though comfortable, felt a little too small. Thankfully, it's got a pair of sturdy grab handles as standard, and you can even choose a pillion backrest as an option. 4. There are lots of visual changes, and it does look good. The new colors look smashing. I absolutely adore this blue with the gunmetal lettering on it. I think this is easily my favorite shade of the lot. And along with these colors, they also have lots of little details to go with them. There's color matched stitching on the seat and color matched pinstripes on the wheels too. And unlike the regular Thunderbird, which is awash with chrome, there's almost none on the X. Everything has been blacked out. The entire exhaust from header to muffler, all the panels and even the tops of the fork tubes. The meters too have a different background now. And the rear fender has seen a bit of redesign as well. But if you look up close, there are some blemishes too. The problem really lies in these last mile, these little finishing touches. I mean, look at these exposed connectors. Come on. Exposed wiring and connectors are really everywhere, and they detract from the otherwise handsome design. The edges of the fuel tank are jagged too. Not what you expect from a motorcycle this expensive. But the worst thing was that our test bike came with an offset rear fender. And 5, it is slightly more expensive as compared to the normal Thunderbird. With an ex-showroom Delhi price of Rs 1.56 lakh for the 350X and Rs 1.98 lakh for the 500X, you are paying Rs 7,000 and Rs 8,000 more respectively when compared to the regular Thunderbird. Well, you have to remember that this is still a Thunderbird underneath, which means all that was likable and not so likable with that bike still carries over. That said, it does look smashing. It is a proper head turner. And if you thought that the regular Thunderbird was a bit too laid back, well, sorry for the cliche, but this one definitely has that X factor.